New tonight on News 15 at 10, there is a big change for airport security checkpoints at Lafayette Regional and beyond. TSA is getting rid of the requirement that travelers remove our shoes while going through security. The head of Lafayette Regional confirming this requirement has been lifted at our airport. Most passengers have been required to remove footwear since 2006, but the Homeland Security Department, which oversees TSA, announced late today the policy is no longer in effect.
We have some very exciting news to announce that today we have started a new no shoes policy with the Department, the Transportation Security Administration. TSA will no longer require travelers to remove their shoes when they go through our security checkpoints.
The requirement originally went into effect after a man who became known as the shoe bomber tried to use matches to light explosives hidden in his shoes from a flight to Miami.
As we first told you earlier tonight here on News 15 at 10, for the first time in nearly 20 years, TSA will allow airline passengers to keep their shoes on at security checkpoints.
This comes as travelers across America are now having to use the new Real ID. And as reporter Tom Costello explains, the order to keep your shoes on goes into effect immediately.
It's a major security shift at TSA checkpoints nationwide. Effective immediately, all passengers can keep their shoes on. No need to screen them separately. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says 94% of passengers now have real IDs, improving identity confirmation. And TSA procedures and checkpoints have improved.
We've added new scanners, new technologies, more TSO officers in some areas.
The TSA began screening shoes for explosives in 2006 after shoe bomber Richard Reed attempted to blow up a flight from Paris to Miami in 2001. While pre-checked passengers have been able to leave their shoes on, removing shoes has been a top complaint among all passengers.
For women, it's like, ew, I don't want to touch the floor.
In December, we saw how detecting explosives is still a top priority at the TSA range in Huntsville. This is what's left, a piece of a shoe and the handle from a suitcase. The bottom line is this would have been catastrophic, and the TSA and the FBI continue to focus on mitigating the threat of potentially catastrophic explosives. Security experts believe the terror threat remains real, even as new technology provides better detection and shoes stay on. Secretary Noem says TSA pre-check will still be valuable for passengers who don't want to remove their laptops, and she says passenger safety will not be compromised.
And Lafayette Regional is no different. The head of the airport confirming the policy change allowing travelers to keep their shoes on applies here as well.